Hey guys, welcome to the next installment of Thralls of Metal.
I'm Necrotic Nick.
I'm Jammin John.
And today we are going to review a new album that came out.
Just, 2 days ago? Misery Index's Rituals of Power came out March 8th on Seasons of Mist.
And man, this was one of my most anticipated releases of this year. Little backstory, Misery Index is essentially the spin-off band from Dying Fetus a little bit. Jason Netherton, former bassist of Dying Fetus, wanted to make his own band. And voila, he came up with Misery Index, which is an awesome balance of death and grindcore.
Agreed.
So, the new album, how's it hold up? Well, we're going to get into that. First off, right away, it's way more groove-oriented than previous releases.
Yeah, there's way less blast beats in this, which is not a bad thing whatsoever.
Not at all.
But really, blast beats aren't real prevalent in this album, and if you've listened to Misery Index on past releases, you'll know that that's a really big thing. But this one doesn't do that all the way through, and I kind of dig it.
Yeah. Actually, I would even say it's quite possibly their most accessible release in terms of maybe a more casual metalhead being able to get into it. There are moments on it that remind me of maybe not softer metal, but like Lamb of God, which has a lot more popularity, such as Hammering the Nails, which is a really good track on the album. The production is absolutely wonderful on it. Very much a return almost to Traitors, which was really grating, but it's also more polished, like the last album, Killing Gods.
It fits really evenly right in between there. It's a great listen for both of those albums, but again, brings a lot of newer elements to the table for Misery Index as well. Guitar solos were actually more prevalent in this album, and not just like noodling either. Like, there's some really solid guitar solos.
Dig it.
Yeah.
I especially like the title track. The title track starts off with a very Cannibal Corpse-like intro, like fiercely old-school death metal, right into this D-beat stomp that reminds you of bands like Dismember and Entombed. And the guitar tone kind of works with that because it's a lot grittier than, say, like the last two releases.
Yeah, it's a lot crunchier.
I dig it. This is definitely a bit of a turn for them in terms of style. Like, it still has the grind elements and death metals, but the amount of groove in here definitely makes this kind of fresh. But at the same time, they don't lose their identity. Like, this is unmistakably Misery Index if you've ever listened to them before. The only cons, I'd say, is maybe the track that sometimes they come back. It's the lone song I think is a little bit weaker at a collection of really strong songs.
It drags a little bit more towards the end, which, again, isn't a bad thing. I don't really have too many bad things to say about this album.
I really don't. Like, the writing is solid. They brought back more of the socio-political themes, which they kind of dialed down on the last one.
Yeah.
And if you got the special edition, you get two great cover songs with it. One of Nailbomb's Wasting Away and the other one of M.O.D. I don't remember that track. But
Cool.
It's an awesome cover. It's an awesome cover. Rob Barrett from Cannibal Corpse is actually featured on vocals on that one. I really can't think of anything else in terms of negative stuff. There's really not anything bad about this album.
Misery Index.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is a consistent band across the board.
Yep.
Like, their back catalog is impeccable. If you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out.
Yep. And they're really cool guys too. We met them a couple years ago when we saw them with Napalm Death. So, good times.
Definitely. All in all, I'm going to go ahead and give this one 4.5 stars. I mean, the only complaints I had were negligible, and it's another awesome release by these guys. They've been on a tear since Traitors, in my opinion. Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you there and also give it 4.5 stars. It was right under the cusp of 5.
Yeah.
Just for the fact, again, of a couple tracks that were a little lacking, I think, in some departments. But overall, it was a killer record. I have no complaints.
None. So, thank you for watching. If you like this, please give it a like, subscribe, and tell us what you think about this album, too. And if you have any suggestions for other albums that are coming out, let us know. We'll probably get to them.
Right on. Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Metal.